Dr. Tam tip here. You know how a lot of people tell you maybe you should put ice on it, maybe you should put heat on it? The only time you should ever put ice is if it is an acute problem, which means you just hurt your ankle, you just sprained it, you just bumped your arm into something, right? If it is an injury that you just had, okay, you could put some ice if it is affecting other areas other than the area that it's injured. Let's just say you hit your elbow on something and it's swollen so bad that you can't feel your hand. Now you can put some ice on it. But if it's just a little bit swollen, don't put ice on it, because all you're doing is you're going to decrease the amount of blood flow and decrease healing. At the beginning, just let it be. After a few days, maybe start putting heat on it to increase blood flow. But unless if it is actually hurting another area, no need to put ice. All right? That's my tip for the day. And today on Dr. Tam's Tips, we're gonna have Liz ask me questions. Liz here, for those of you who've seen her back and forth, she's our intern here. From what school?
San Diego State.
San Diego State. Go
Aztecs.
Aztecs! There you go. So, Liz, what's the question for Dr. Tam's tip do you have for our audience today?
So, Dr. Tam, is it true that bananas give you a lot of potassium, or is there something else that is better to get potassium?
So, that's what we've been told. As kids, we say, oh, you know what? If you have a cramp, eat a banana. But here's the problem. What about people who have diabetes, right? They will end up being more diabetic than getting potassium. If you look at, for every 100 grams of banana, potassium levels is actually really low, okay? It's like almost at the bottom of the list. Now, where did that come from? It came from the fact that bananas were very easily accessible, right, than vegetables, and it's kind of always in season somewhere, right? Can't we all go out and buy a banana somewhere all the time?
Yeah.
Right? But what actually has way more, 3 to 4 times more potassium, okay? That's 300% to 400% more, is actually beets. And to go to the next level, which has almost 10 times more potassium, which is the beet greens. And that's the top part that people actually throw away of the beets.
Wow, that's really interesting. So how much potassium should we be getting on a daily basis?
Great question. I've always known this because one of the biggest reasons why people need potassium is for liver detoxification. You need about 4,000 to 4,500 milligrams of potassium per day.
Wow.
Now, what does that equate to? For those of you who are not getting enough, how many cups of vegetables, Liz, do you eat per day?
Oh, I try and get a good amount, probably like, I would say like 4 cups.
4 cups?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or maybe more, maybe less.
Maybe more, maybe less.
Yeah.
You need raw vegetables, 7 to 10 cups a day.
Wow.
To get enough potassium. So for those people who are not getting enough greens, that's why we have our Vitality Organic Greens.
Okay.
Because that green supplement has 2 times the amount of most supplements out there in greens, and it's all organic.
That's awesome.
Okay?
Perfect.
All right. Listen up. Get your potassium on. So there are so many people that are trying to improve the environment that they are in to improve their immune system. But what we really should be looking at is how do you improve your actual immune system so that you can defend all the external environment and all the diseases and all the viruses and bacteria running around. So I'm going to give you 5 tips today that you can boost your immune system right away. All right. Tip number 1. Make sure you are getting enough sleep. So many people, over 90% of Americans, are sleep deprived. What does that mean? That means allow yourself 8 hours to sleep, because when you are sleeping, your body is actually healing. And if you are not getting enough sleep, there is no way you're getting the right immune system in your body, because your body and your adrenals will become shot. You're going to end up relying on coffee, energy drinks all the time. That is not the way to go. Now, number 2 is make sure you have all the supplements and vitamins. The big ones are going to be vitamin D, vitamin C, okay, to make sure that you have enough of it. Vitamin D, there's books written on vitamin D on how extremely important it is to your microbiome, to your immune system, to your bone health. And vitamin C is the kickstarter to your immune system. Think of the starter in a car. When you first start your car, vitamin C is that starter for the immune system. Next is make sure you are drinking enough liquids. Your body is 80% water roughly. Your disc space along your spine is even more than that. And if you are not hydrated, at least half your body weight in ounces, if not more, your body's not able to excrete all the toxins out of your body on a regular basis. You're not able to go to the bathroom correctly. You feel maybe some incontinence, and you develop a lot of bacterial, maybe UTIs, right? All kinds of infections. Tip number 4 is make sure you are having a clean, healthy gut. What does that mean? Most people listening to this, and you may not know this, you have an allergic reaction to a lot of dairy, soy products, glutinous products. That's deteriorating your gut. So when your gut's not healthy, your microbiome in your gut is not healthy. Studies show that your microbiome affects 70% of your immune system. So you have to make sure that you're taking away all the toxins that you're putting into your body. You are having a healthy microbiome, good probiotics in your gut. That is hugely important. And tip number 5, make sure you are exercising on a regular basis, because exercise increases your lung volume, your alveoli, your brachii in the lung to absorb and excrete oxygen and carbon dioxide. You're constantly working your heart and working your lungs, making sure those are working correctly. So routine exercise, walking up hills, stretching, those are key things. Those are my 5 tips to protect yourself. Don't worry about only the environment, right? People are spraying Clorox all over their desk and wiping things down, right? Making sure there's no bacteria and viruses. What you're really forgetting is getting your body's immune system ready for the environment, all right? Until next time, we'll see you soon. Here's how to take great care of your knees after your knee injection. For the first week, make sure you are doing light activities. Now, that doesn't mean you can't go up the stairs or walk around. I want you to do that. We want you to keep motion in the knee, because motion is what allows fluid to go in and out and start healing the knee, all right? So that's what you want to do the first week, is stay nice and light. After the first week, you're able to start doing some light exercises, doing stretching and some of the exercise videos that I've shown you. By the 3rd and 4th week, it could be moderate exercise, like maybe some hiking, walking around, nothing too intense, don't carry anything heavy. You're able to bike, swim by the 3rd and 4th week, do a lot of extensive walking. By the 5th or 6th week, you're able to start doing a lot of the activities that you normally do. Now, of course, you do not want to compress the knee joint as much as possible, which means carrying something really heavy, right, on a regular basis, or doing like heavy squats. You could do squats, but maybe not with intense weights. Everyone's a little bit different. Make sure that you know when it is sore or if it's painful, back off that activity or stop doing it altogether. Make sure you take your supplements and stick to your food management plan. And drink lots of fluids. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out back to us.